making sure that everything is going to work out and everybody gets what they deserve, and those who suffer and sacrifice and are persecuted, they gain great light and they enjoy that light in this life or in the next life. So we don't judge people who are drug addicts. We don't judge people who have mental issues or whatnot. They fell into their lifestyle. They are a product of their circumstances. They, of course, from time to time try to pull out of it, and some of them are successful and some of them don't make it. It all comes down to light again and darkness, which is created to be destroyed. And that's the base truth behind everything in this universe and why everything happens the way it happens. And sometimes, unfortunately, people have to suffer.
Nick, although it looks like a little bit of nonsense, but I think you are lucky and privileged enough to be kind of guided to this path. But for an average person like me, someone that has a job, normal life, these are have to pay, and here and there, and expectations from family and friends, maybe it's a little difficult, if I won't call it impossible, to walk through the path that you went. So what would be your easy recipe? There is no easy recipe, but let's say, what is the baby step for someone like me that try to get away from my ego and from those negative energy? Although I am in the center of society and I'm living like a normal life I have, but I would like to be a little bit guided to that direction. What would tell someone like me to start, just to writing the first letter of the path that you have gone through?
First of all, no excessive self-gratification. If you have the money for a Lamborghini, perhaps you shouldn't buy a Lamborghini. Perhaps you should feed poor and hungry people across the world somewhere. Little things like that, every little thought that is taken under submission, every evil thought that we control and destroy, especially when we want to send negative energy towards other people. For whatever reason, someone cuts you off, someone gives you the finger, whenever someone sends you negative energy, don't send it back, which is very, very difficult. Of course, it depends upon how big a person's ego is. The smaller the ego, the easier it is to overcome, and the more we process our own negative energy plus the negative energy of others. There are people in the community that absorb negative energy like a sponge, and they suffer tremendously in the end, like Jesus did on the cross, and other prophets that were murdered. That usually ends up happening to most of them anyways, because humans are, in essence, in their natural form, they are evil, they are selfish. They want to exalt themselves, and they want to be proud. So any form of pride is evil and must be subdued and destroyed. Whatever pride it may be, pride in a school, a car, a job, whatever it may be, you have to be careful not to become proud, to let people walk all over us from time to time if necessary, and it will happen. If you are on your way towards redemption, then it will happen. You will be persecuted and oppressed in perhaps subtle ways, a little bit every day, or maybe a lot at once. It all depends, again, upon the purpose of where they are in their spiritual walk. But the resurrection, in essence, that religion speaks of, is when that negative energy is totally crushed and becomes positive energy, and a person is happy again instead of miserable. There's plenty of miserable rich people out there, and money is not making them happy. And there's plenty of really happy children out there in this country don't even know the meaning of money, don't understand job security or stocks and bonds or anything like that, and they're truly happy and content with absolutely nothing. And that is the ultimate goal, and that's the place where we want to be spiritually, heaven. So a little bit of suffering and sacrifice every day, whatever it may be quitting smoking. I'm addicted myself to caffeine and sugar. Perhaps I need to quit. We don't justify our sin in our self-gratification, no matter what form it takes. Sugar is wrong, caffeine is wrong. They are addictions, just like video games. When a person sits at home all day playing video games, although I'd love to play video games myself, what they do is they help the person to lose their light.
It's almost like anything that takes you away from yourself.
Anything that takes us away from ourselves and, most importantly, serving others. So, of course, Scripture is loaded with sayings like, blessed is he who is content in their work. The Lord knows it's very important to serve others. It's better to be served. It's better to serve than to be served. It's better to give than to receive. So, if we want to serve the Lord, we need to start